What is a song you cannot listen to for an emotional reason? Highwayman by the Highwaymen. Lost my little brother to cancer 5 months ago. We used to drive around in GTA 5 together. We live in different cities. Whenever that song came on the in-game radio, we would stop whatever we were doing and sing along or just listen. Whenever I hear the song now, I can still hear his voice singing along, and then when it's over he would always say, "Now that's a good song." Miss you bro. You will remain. Over the Rainbow Israel KAMAKAWIWOOLE. The song played at my best friend's memorial when she passed away very unexpectedly when I was 12. Willie Nelson always on my mind. My dad's funeral. I can listen occasionally, but I gotta be ready to cry. I'm 37 and it's been 4 years, but it's still there. Go rest high on that mountain. Last heard at my dad's funeral, will never be heard again. Edit. Thank you for the award. I'm sorry that song touches so many others like it does. Not sorry that it does, but for the reasons that it does. Moon River, cause it reminds me of my grandma. She used to sing it often. Queens Who Wants to Live Forever. We played it at my late husband's funeral. A decade later, and I still can't listen to it. Hurt, sung by Johnny Cash. I watched my son die in a NICU, and it makes me think of him every time. You'll Be in My Heart. By Phil. Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin, because it reminds me of the last 2 weeks of my mom's life before she died to cancer. Actually, I have a hard time listening to most of the band's music now, since I've had 4 people close to me pass away in 4 years. I've removed their music from my playlists to save my sanity. The Night We Met, Lord Huron. Damn, next time I'm gonna fall for someone I'll make sure it's morning. I Will Follow You Into the Dark. I Miss My Sister. Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel. It's the first song that came on the radio in the car after my wonderful father-in-law died. My very stoic and strong husband broke down in tears and it's now the song that shreds my heart. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. *EDITED, to add lyrics through my tears. Second edit. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. My grandpa and I used to listen to Johnny Cash in the car together. He and my grandma helped raise me, so we spent a lot of time together. When I was very little I thought grandpa was Johnny Cash, as his name was Johnny also, and he had a gravelly bass baritone and a thick twang. No matter what, when I Walk the Line came on, he'd hold out his hand for me to hold and he'd sing. I didn't know until I was much older that none of my family had ever heard him sing. He died 2 years ago, and I still can't hear I Walk the Line without bawling my eyes out. Edit. Wow, everybody, thank you. The fact that thousands of people are also thinking about Grandpa John today also makes me cry, but in a good way. Thank you all. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Thanks for the Silver Friend. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. My first award D. I listened to this song on the way to work and cried the whole time. I love the song so much, was worth the cry. Ozzy Osbourne's Mama I'm Coming Home. Runaway Train by Soul Asylum. Both are wrapped up in my son's suicide. They are just too much for me. Edit. I want to thank everyone for your outpouring of love and compassion. I never imagined this would blow up, but be lost among all of the answers, as so often they do get lost. Your empathy and compassion means so much to me, and does my heart good. Again, thank you. The Cranberries, Linger. It Takes a Minute and I'm Done. Father and Son by Cat Stevens. Whenever it shows up in a movie it's just cheating at eliciting emotions. When it popped up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 I actually said oh fuck you in the quiet theater while attempting to suppress all feelings and failing. I heavily regret opening this thread. Edit. Because this popped off. If you're new to the thread, go back and stay innocent. Fly Me to the Moon. It reminds me of my first manic episode where I embarrassed myself to everyone in my batch in first year college. Snow Patrol, you could be happy. I loved her enough to let her go once I realized I was just holding her back. She's very happy now, I hope. It's been 13 years and I've moved on and gotten married and everything, but still, I miss her sometimes. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. This song was what my parents used for their first dance at their wedding. My mom made sure it played at my dad's funeral in 2016. I haven't really been able to feel the same when I listen to it. Today, I broke down and listened to it again, celebrating what would have been my parents' 26th wedding anniversary. Mr. Blue Sky. Used it as my morning alarm for a couple months and now it triggers my fight or flight response. Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. My brother's father once started jacking up the volume while I was watching Sesame Street because he was fighting with my mom. He had it too loud initially, and my mom turned the TV up so that I could hear it, and he decided to be the abusive dick that he is and make it a battle. I Drive Your Truck by Lee Brice. My brother drove an old red Ford pickup. He got into a terrible car accident with his friend. He was not supposed to live. This song came out literally the same week my brother was unconscious in the ICU with severe brain damage. I was so sad and angry and all of the emotions in between. I remember grabbing the keys and jumping in his truck and driving around the country roads and crying my eyes out. This song hits me hard still. Amazing Grace. It was sung at all of my grandparents' funerals. Used to be one of my favorite take me to church feel good songs. It's just so sad to me now. The Book of Love, Peter Gabriel. That shit makes me cry every single time I hear it. The Blower's Daughter, because it was the theme song to the split between me and my fiancé. Elliott Smith. Pretty much anything by him. He was my favorite artist for most of my 20s, and I listened to him so much during those years that his whole catalog is kinda tied in with memories I'm done with. It just fills me with the kind of sad nostalgia I used to love indulging in, but as I've gotten older I've realized that kind of indulgence is unhealthy, so I don't bother anymore. And in general, I'm just not the person I was then. And listening to those songs makes me feel like I'm artificially being dragged back to old feelings and mindsets that don't fit me anymore. I can't listen to the album version of True Love Waits by Radiohead. When he says, "Don't leave," it just sounds so sad. Remember Me from Coco, when Miguel sings it to Mama Coco. She reminds me so much of my grandma and abuelita that have both passed. I start bawling every time. Thank you for the gifts in my first gold. Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. All I see in my mind when I hear it is the poor people who committed suicide by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge in the documentary The Bridge. When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. My wife divorced me after 16 years of marriage to be with another man. It hurt me really bad. After 1 year of being divorced she admitted to me it was a mistake. I tried to have her come back, but she's too ashamed. Unforgettable by Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole. NPR did a little write-up about the song's meaning to me. I haven't been able to listen to it since my dad died last year. I Hope You Dance by Lean Womack. I always burst into tears when I hear that song. Fix You by Coldplay. It was played at my ex-husband's sister's funeral. She was 20 and died of methadone overdose just when we thought rehab was helping her. It's kind of a silly one, but Scattered by Green Day. Whenever I hear it, it reminds me of someone I miss very dearly. I discovered the song right around the time they passed away at a very young age. Can't help but wonder if things could been different. Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd Yard. Adam's Song, Blink 182. Couldn't listen to the song without crying until recently because I relate so well to the feeling of wanting to kill myself as a teenager. It reminded me that my loved ones would never be the same if that happened, and the terror of hurting them that badly kept me from doing it. It also doesn't help that I have a brother named Adam who's tried to kill himself 3 times in the past year. Shit's fun, y'all. Rainbow Connection its first version makes me sad.